Welcome again to cheapwinefinder.com podcast. This is Domain Dave. And today we have a cheapie, a real cheapie. It's a wine from Aldi. It's $4.95. And it's the Highway 5 Cabernet Sauvignon 2020. And it's made by Gallo, though I think Aldi owns the name. I think they do that if they ever need to change producers. The brand can keep going. Because some of these wines, the margins are pretty close, and people might not be able to do it all the time. But if you have Gallo making your inexpensive wines, you're in pretty good shape, because they are the largest family-owned winery in the United States, one of the largest in the world, and they are pretty good at making inexpensive wines, and they make a lot of wine. So I'm going to have a sip. This is a simple Cabernet Sauvignon. I generally would prefer to buy a cab closer to $10 and beyond that, because for me, I expect a California Cabernet to have a really good oak seasoning in it. And at $5 or $4.95 actually here, it's really hard to do that. And even though the tasting notes in the back labels say vanilla and coca, getting that in there in a really interesting way is hard. I mean, there's just no money in it. And the Cabernet Sauvignon, you expect to have that. I mean, a Cabernet Sauvignon without oak flavoring, it just tastes like there's something missing. Now, that's not to say this is a bad wine, because it's not. It's $4.95, and it actually has nice flavor. It doesn't have a lot of depth. It doesn't have a lot of complexity, but you wouldn't expect that, and that's not criticism for a $4.95 wine. It's like, how can you complain about a wine that's less than $5? Take another sip. Yeah, I mean, it's got some nice fruit flavors. It's got a little bit of spice. It's just that you go like from 5 to 10. 10 starts to get seriously good. So so I wouldn't pick this as a everyday drinker. But I did like the Highway 5 Chardonnay. That often with white wines really do well when you're doing it very simply. Just let the fruit shine, nothing too expensive, nothing too fancy. Because white wine's always like an inexpensive Sauvignon Blanc, an inexpensive Chardonnay. Those things can taste really good, better than expected for $5. So there you go on that. Aldi also has a Winking Owl line of wines that are even cheaper than the Highway 5. I'm not crazy about those. Maybe I'm biased. The last time I had one, I got this really weird metallic flavor in my mouth. It was hard. It was like, ugh, like what happened? I know that's a fault and not the wine. But since that happened while drinking that wine, I never had that happen with another wine before. I've never really wanted to go back to it. But, which probably isn't fair, because something went wrong and I just happened to get that bottle. But Highway 5 was fine. I mean, I think we had the Pinot Noir. We had there's a Merlot still out there. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for Merlot either. Because $5 is, it's an okay wine. It's $5. This is a pretty good party wine if you're having a large get together, and you're not expected to be having fancy wines. This would be people pour their own, pour it into a red cup rather than glass, or even with a glass is fine too. But people have fine time drinking this. This doesn't taste bad. It's not if you're looking for a Cabernet Sauvignon, California Cabernet Sauvignon, this is not going to get your fix for that. But if you're looking for a nice red wine that doesn't cost much and you want 4 for $20, yeah. Now, where I'm saying I'm not crazy about it, I think I just took my 3rd or 4th sip. So it tells you, it does drink well. Just that it doesn't satisfy my craving for Cabernet Sauvignon. And Cabernet Sauvignon is maybe one of the top-selling wines in the United States, or Chardonnay, I think is, but it's up there for red wines. And it just doesn't give me what I want from that. So I'm criticizing it for being something that there's no way it possibly can be. But there's a place for this wine, and if you you know, you got $5 in your budget and you want a red wine and you want to pair it to beef stew. Yeah, this thing would rock. Or you want to pair it to maybe even like a good frozen pizza. This thing would be great. You know, if you're on a budget or you just don't want to spend the money, it's fine. But my attitude is, well, it's not really a great cab, but well, it isn't trying to be, and it's trying to be what it is, which is a decent drinking $5 wine, and that's a good thing to be. So I can't complain. So I'm kind of a jerk for complaining about it, but there you go. So this is Domain Dave from CheapWineFighter.com. And the wine was a $4.95 Aldi's exclusive Highway 5 Cabernet Sauvignon 2020. That 2020 had a little bit of bottle age. You know, it had some oak seasoning. You know, I'm being down on it, but I kind of feel bad about it because it does what it's supposed to do, and that's okay. So that's it for me, Domain Dave. Like us, we like the podcast. Push buttons until something clicks and likes us. And I'll be talking to everybody in a couple of days, so keep it cheap. Adios, and I'll be talking to you. Bye-bye.